Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and record just in case. You just never know. But I am super excited. So this is our first community huddle for this month for our team, like a community chat where we kind of go over things of this month, things that are happening. We don't want you to miss out on steals, deals, all the things. And so raise your hand if you know that we have a reset group at the end of the month. Awesome. Okay. Do you know what the dates are? Hannah, I love it. She's like, anyway, it's great. Okay. Do you know that there is a group called the Sneak Peek into Plexus? Are you in that? Sam's like, I don't know. Maybe. Okay. So Sneak Peek into Plexus is where we did the sleep group that we just finished up this past weekend. And then on top of that, we're doing giveaways in that group, like flash giveaways. They're called Steal the Deal. And so when you sell Reset and when you accomplish those things, every Steal the Deal, you get that prize. So just want to make sure that you guys are in that group so that you're not missing all these Steal the Deals that we are having every single day until I believe it's only a few more days. Let me double check. I don't want to say the wrong day. Hang on. Yeah, until the 14th. So you have 3 more days to earn prizes in there. And all it is we are really, really pushing to help just encourage you to sell as many awesome resets as you can. But here's the thing. Do we just sell Reset? No. Here's the thing. You can sell Reset all the time, right? But that's only 3 days. People are going to see great results in 3 days, but they're not going to have lasting long effects if they aren't trying something new. So the best thing to do is upsell your Reset. So we need to be posting Reset literally all week long. And it can be small things. You don't have to be spammy or salesy or anything like that. Like post a picture and say, can't wait for our next group starting soon. Who wants in? Because a lot of the things with Lori Harrison, she's really opened up my eyes to the fact that a lot of our posting, if you really feel like people aren't seeing and commenting on your posts or things like that, it's because Facebook has put you into a category that's like, oh, she's spammy. She's posting a lot of like, come grab this, come flash sale, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. No wonder people see my other posts and not those posts. So when you're selling Reset on Facebook, just make sure it's just quick, easy, share about what it does, like all the, I have a post on our business page where we're going to be sharing any post that I see or any of our leaders are going to as well, where you can just copy and paste and use some of those, tweak a little bit, to make it yourself, but that'll give you post ideas for all week long. And congrats, Sam, on posting or selling a Reset. That is incredible. Make sure that I hope that it's a Reset and more, because the thing is when people just get a Reset, they tend to just fall off and then they don't buy anything else ever again. I mean, it's very rare. And so we always want to really do, okay, good. We always want to make sure that it's a Reset and something else, because we are thinking about leaders retreat credits as well as their goals. And so leaders retreat credits, you want it to be $100 or more before taxes and all of that. Like you have to make sure it's $100 or more when you do that, or it won't count. And right now, how many credits are you getting until the end of July? Who knows the answer to that? Triple. Now, my question to you is, have you guys wrote out any and mapped out who you're helping go silver and what those credits are going to do for you? I know Shara has. That's a dumb question for her because she's the math person. But anybody else? Have you wrote down and figured out, okay, if I re-rank, you get re-rank for triple credits too. If I re-rank, I get this much. If I then help this person re-rank, I get this much if she's a level 1. If I help, so really go through your whole organization and dive into who you can help start and do the Reset with us. Do Reset and sleep gummies and active, Reset, sleep gummies, and whatever. So Lori Harrison posted today, she was like, anybody else's waistline shrinking on the gummies? And I was like, Say what? So she posted some research that GABA, the ingredient that's in the products, it's called GABA, GABA. It's a short term for it, actually helps boost your metabolism. And so she's already seeing that she's losing weight just on the sleep gummies, which is crazy to me. But that is what I love about Plexus is they put as many products and as many ingredients into one so that we have more benefits than just melatonin, right? And so really dive into that and start working with that and promoting that way and things of that nature of like, man, I got some good sleep, but I'm loving all the other things it's doing outside of just melatonin. And people are like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Tell me more. And so really just dive in. But the biggest thing is we do not want this reset group to be missed because it's huge. We're going to be doing it. I think everybody on here was at convention. Okay. Besides Sam, and it's okay. It's fine. But there was a young guy at convention that told his Pleximony testimony. Do you remember him? His name is Zach Slavin. So we're doing, like, she reached out to me and asked if I wanted our team and us to do a reset with her. And I was like, say what? And she's like, girl, we're on Operation Diamond. We're going to be doing everything together. And I'm like, well, heck yeah. Right. I'm like, okay. And I think she would have roomed with me next week or whatever in Arizona if she could have, but I'm already taken apparently by Christina. She's like claimed me. But anyway, the thing is we don't want to miss out on that amazing opportunity to make this reset group incredible. So I'm going to offer as much as I can, some quick power hours here and there. But also you guys host power hours whenever you can. If you're like, I can do 30 minutes, who wants to pop on a Zoom and just work with me for 30 minutes? I remember as a silver, I only had 3 people with me and 3 people did not want the business, but I tried to encourage them. And I started doing things like that on my own because I needed the accountability of me showing up too. And so think of those opportunities that you can just show up and be like, you know what? I have an hour. If it a pop up power half hour. If anybody wants to pop on, let's work together. So you have the reset group, you have triple credits. And then we have our book club. We had our first book club call last night. And you guys, this book is incredible. It is very good as a self-aware leader to realize where you are at, no matter if you're silver or emerald. Like, it is very key to just dive into that. So if you haven't gotten into that, highly recommend you do that and really listen, because Tamara Holloway did her video today on the gold series. And that's the other thing is everybody's doing the gold series that we're doing. Okay. It's okay. Why the head shake? Tell me more. You don't know? Do you know about it, or you don't feel ready? Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you about it. So did you know the silver series that we just did, or no? Okay. So we have an accountability chat where we did the silver and 6 things that every single day we had to watch a video and share, and we had to check lists. Okay. Now we're moving into going gold, because if we've already hit silver and we've watched those videos, then now it's time to go gold. And so we just started, today's day 2, and we're doing that to where we're watching videos in there and sharing our takeaways and things like that. So Tamara Holloway is our upline. You guys, yesterday I was getting my nails taken off from Nashville. Tamara reached out to me and asked me to watch her video. Teresa was there. And it was such an honor. She's like, Cassie, I'm nervous. Can you please watch and make sure that this is good? And I'm like, what? And that just blew me away, that she wanted my feedback. She's could be triple diamond. I mean, she's incredible. She's incredible. We'll just say that. And her video was powerful. And so don't miss out on this gold series. Even if you feel behind, don't feel behind. You just catch up. So if anybody wants in on that, you want to get into that accountability chat, please let us know, because accountability is where it's at, right? So Shara's waking up at 5 a.m. every single morning. Why do you think she's waking up every morning at 5 a.m.? Accountability. I mean, Teresa and I are waking up at 7. I mean, sometimes I stroll in at 7:05, but I'm there. every morning, and we do Zoom, and I'm reading a book with her to help with my prayer retreat. I would not be strolling and literally rolling out of bed if I knew Teresa wasn't on the other line waiting on me. And accountability is huge. And so you have to find somebody in this business to help you stay where you're going. Like, do you know your vision for this month? Everybody, who knows their vision for this month? What are you doing? What's your vision this month? Share it out. Share it out, Shara. Oh, she's stuck. There she goes. Here she comes.
It's super loud in here. So,
oh, it's fine.
We're watching wrestling. We're weird. I mean, I guess we're not weird, but there's a side fact about me. I like wrestling. Anyways.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. Like WWE, like, yeah.
What?
Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Really. So for me, so I had to, oh, you got me. I will tell it myself. So I actually had to go to Cassie and go have her ask me hard questions so I could find that. So don't think that you can't do that or something's wrong with you or something like that. But I went to her because I knew she was gonna ask me those hard questions, so I could try to find my vision, because I felt like my vision was scattered all over the place, because I've got so much going on in my life right now. Mm-hmm. And in reality, after talking to Cassie, I had a light bulb go off, which she's good at doing that. I've had my vision this whole time. Really for me is I just want to make a difference. I want to help people. And in my mind, I thought my vision needed to be objects. And I just, for some reason, that was me. And then when me and Cassie was talking, I was like, oh, duh, it doesn't have to be an object. It can be other things. So I just really want to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to make something of my life and go on to bigger and better things. So that's kind of my vision right now, is just getting out there.
Yeah. You guys, some of us, we all need clarification from others sometimes, because Satan wants to muddle our vision so that we think that it's just too much, or maybe it's jumping everywhere, or maybe it's not the right one, or whatever. But I think when you sit in the quiet or ask for other people for questions or things of that nature, it just helps give you that light bulb moment. I didn't do it. I just asked questions, and she was like, and it just happened. Like Holy Spirit, God spoke to her and was like, honey, you have the right vision. It's just not in objects. It's not in things. And so that is the cool thing about vision, of like, what does your vision look like for this month? It's amazing. So I'm proud of her. Samantha, Senior Silver. Tell me more. What would Senior Silver do for you? What's the vision for Senior Silver this month?
Sorry. I always hit the button that like changes your background instead of the unmute, but whatever.
You're okay.
So I would have reached the Fast Start Senior Silver, so the extra bonus would be much beneficial.
What much beneficial would it do?
Well, see, my husband keeps stealing all of my products.
Okay.
And so if I could get that, then I could buy him his own. Because he, funny story, he was kind of like, he was supportive that I wanted to start him, but the cost and all that other stuff. And then, both him and I had the same kind of mindset on the reset. Like, people just, you don't really need, like for us, it was people who do diets and they fall off and they reset or they restart because they've fallen off. And it's like a vicious cycle over and over again. And so we really got out of the like, it really has to be a lifestyle change. It's not just a thing you can fall off of. And so we were both kind of against doing the reset. And then the more that I have learned and looked into it, I was like, no, I really, really think I need to do a reset. And so I ordered one when it was on sale. I started tomorrow. And then when it came in the mail, my husband's like, well, where's mine? So he got one now and he's doing it when his comes in. So,
Okay. So hitting senior silver, which is incredible, but I still want to dig a little bit more.
okay.
So it'll help cover his products, but what else? What else could that bonus and things like help with?
Well, I mean, I guess for me, it just would prove like I can help people, because I feel like every month goes by, I'm like, well, I don't really feel like I'm helping anybody, but I don't know. I feel like the more people I can add, like that would be actual validation that I can help people. So,
Are you not feeling that validation now?
I mean, not unless I add people, I just feel like, and I'm sure this is like a way out there feeling, but it feels like everyone adds people every month and multiple people. So why can't you add multiple people?
Oh, girl.
And then I look at posts and I'm like, well, they only got one and they only got one. So, my two, I'm doing okay. So for me, I think it's bigger in my head that if I'm not helping 3, 4, 5 people, then I'm not helping people. Does that make sense? And so I need to scale it down to like, 1 is great, 2 is great. Like you're still out there helping people. So
Isn't comparison the thief of
it really is. It really is.
And every time that you do that, Satan is literally giggling. Like, oh, I'm getting to her. Oh, if I dug a little bit deeper, I'm going to have her go see this person and see that they've had like 20 comments on that post. Oh, wait, let me go have her see this one. And then she'll really doubt herself and believe that this isn't for her. She's not worthy enough. She's not good enough for this. What if just one is enough? Didn't Jesus go back for the one?
The one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we're here just for the one.
I also got to say that your posts are very inspiring. You might not be signing people up, but you are inspiring people who look at your posts. So you are actually helping people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just like, I don't know if this is going to mean anything to anybody else, but I'm just going to put it out there.
And girl, that's all we're called to do. I do it every single day. I'm like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I feel like I got to post it. And Jason sometimes is like, your posts are too long. And I'm like, well, I can't get it into short words. So
right. Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it. But the thing is we're just here for the ripple effect. We just don't, the sad part is we never know who's actually in that ripple and seeing that ripple. We just have to know that it's happening. And obviously you just saw several people raise their hand that your posts are inspiring just on our team. So don't let Satan steal your joy, my friend.
Okay. He knows how to get into the cracks.
I mean, he does, but start putting caulking in the cracks, girl.
All right.
I mean, find ways. I literally just had a moment before the call and I had to pray to God. And I was like, all right, God, take all this kind of whatever. And anyway, you have to find the caulking. You have to find whatever you need to like get your girl britches back on and be like, no, Satan, you ain't got this.
Yeah.
We need t-shirts that say something about caulking and cracks.
I mean, that would
okay. So, on the call the other night, which one was it? It wasn't the book club.
Okay.
It was the other one I went on. I don't remember which it was, but
McKenna.
Yeah, it was McKenna.
Okay, I wasn't on that one.
Was you on that one, Samantha?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
She probably
So
wasn't, because I
this
think it's
really,
more for older people coming back and things of that nature is what I was
Yes.
understanding. So keep going.
yeah. So, where did it go? Did I not write it on there? So she said a saying, and that has been my saying now every week. And where'd it go? I'm gonna butcher it because I'm trying to say it. It's I will resist Satan, or I will resist the enemy and he will flee. I will resist the enemy and he will flee. And I have been saying that multiple times as soon as I wake up, in my prayer time, on the way to work. Like, I'll even say, I pray that my husband will resist the enemy and he will flee. I mean, praying it over and over again. But yeah, that is like my saying. Ever since she said that, I was like, oh. So
I
Oh,
love that
somewhere.
too.
that's so good. I was typing it, but I'll just say it. In the book that I'm reading right now, she talks about you will repeat what you don't repair. And I think of that with the caulking thing, like those cracks are going to keep happening if you don't repair it.
Mhm.
It will keep repeating unless you repair it. So find ways like that pump you up and get you motivated and going every single day. And the thing is what you start your day with is what you end your day with.
Mhm.
So you can do this. So Senior Silver is more than just paying for your products. You're inspiring so many other people. You're going to be able to help so many other people feel their best and get out of the cycle of magic pill diets and everything that you're so passionate about people not, getting into, because they're going to fail. They just do. People do all the time.
I know. I just had someone reach out to me today because she wanted to order the reset and the triplex, but then she's like, well, I'm afraid. Let me just read what she says. She just says, I'm scared it's not going to work, or it's going to be a quick fix that I can't sustain without taking the supplements.
And what'd you reply with?
I said, oh, the reset will work. It will get rid of the inflammation. You can lose it, but it's up to you to keep it off. The supplements will help keeping the extra inflammation off. But I try to make sure that she knows that it'll work. Of course it's going to work, but it's also up to you at the same time on the choices that you make to keep it off. Like it's not well, you're going to lose this 10 pounds of inflammation or whatever it is, and it won't ever come back on. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have to continuously, supplements or not, make the choice to work towards it.
Right. Well, and the other thing is when people come to me with objections, the best thing that I heard from Christina Williams is I tackle those objections so that those objections aren't there any longer. So I think sometimes we shiver whatever back. We take ourselves back in the fact that like, oh, they said they can't afford it. Okay. Yeah, so sorry. All right. Well, I'm here for you when you're ready. Versus tackling the objection and figuring out like every single person truly can. We have to figure out what is hitting those pain points where they figure out that this is where their money needs to go, and their health. Their health should be the toppest priority. But you have to like layer and dig in good conversation with those people. And so like I do feel, felt, found. It's an old tradition thing I've always done from Bob Heilig. So, oh man, I've felt that way too, girl. Like I understand, but I found that the more I've taken these products and the more that I'm consistent with my workouts and my food choices, that things are starting to happen, that I found that that's the result of incredible things happening. So feel, felt, found. I feel your pain. Here's what I feel your pain. I felt that way too. I understand, but what I found are these products work when I'm consistent, when I'm doing the right, water intake, working out, making my food choices. What if I could help you do the exact same thing? And like, let that be something to that nature. I always use feel, felt, found. Whenever you're stuck in objections, use that. And if you don't feel like you have anything to say in those objections, use somebody else's. Man, Shara felt that same way too. And oh my gosh, I'm so glad that she found these products, because if not, who knows where she would be at right now. So use somebody else's story if you have to. Okay. Who else? Vision. Where are you going this month? What is your vision for this month? Triple credits, cruise, all of this. I think sometimes when there is no vision, the people perish. And we don't want you to perish when it's only the 11th of the month, when there's still a lot of time in the game to figuring out where you're going. Because if you're not telling your team where you're going, they don't know either. And they're barely paddling the boat with you then. So you have to be very clear in letting them know where you're going so that they can follow a strong leader with them. Like they'll follow that strong leader too. So tell me, where are you guys going this month? What's your vision for this month?
I also want to chime in and say I'm going on that cruise. I will get on the cruise. So continue on.
See, but there's a vision. And now you just need to print it. Print it. Print a big old boat. Put your, you should make a little bobblehead of you with your head sticking out and be like, that's me. That'd be funny. I'd love it.
That'd be adorable. I'm going to do that tomorrow and post it at work.
Do it. And people are going to be, that's a great conversation starter. They're like, Sam, what in the heck are you doing? Oh, I'm just letting you know I'm going on a boat in November. I'm going to be on that cruise. There's a cruise coming up. Would you like to go with me? Yeah, I can tell you about that cruise. I mean, start conversation.
My daughter just called me a roach because I want to go on the cruise and I can't take her with me.
Oh, hey, but eventually you can take her on all the other things.
Yeah, she has separation anxiety, so
most kiddos do sometimes. I get it. Okay, who else? Where are you going this month? What's your vision? And talk. Speak up. Come on.
Come on, Rebecca, you could do it.
I mean, I was just waiting, but I was gonna, before I start calling people. You can do the unmute. I know you can. You got this. I think you tap.
Okay.
There you go.
I think mine's really just being able to to help one person, because I have 0 so far.
It's okay. You can help one person, and you might, who knows, you might help 3 one-persons. So let's talk, even if it's just one person, I'm going to ask you some questions. How are your reach outs right now?
They're so. I mean, I try to reach out to at least 5 people a day. Just getting conversations out there and, just discussing, basically seeing how they are and kind of seeing where they're at in their life to see if anything triggers to me to be able to go into conversation about it.
Okay. So in your conversations, you haven't brought up Plexus yet?
Not a lot of them, no.
Ah, okay. They're there, right? That's where that's why you have 0, my friend.
Well, I have one friend who her husband had reached out to me and was like, yeah, she's really interested in it. It was the one that I had talked to you about last month. I reached out to her, crickets. So I'm like, I don't know, what else to do with that one.
I can help you with that.
And so I don't know.
So
it's
usually
it's getting me out of my comfort zone.
Oh, who has done things out of their comfort zone? Right? Is that why you're getting teary-eyed right now? So I was talking to a really good friend of mine that's on this call. The thing is that God calls us. He literally calls us in scripture. We have to get uncomfortable to help this world, right? That's the only way. Each one of us have been given a specific gift that I'm not going to have of yours. And the only way to get it out and to help other people is to get uncomfortable. And that is the scary part, because most times we're terrified because of what? What do you think the biggest thing is that we're most terrified of?
Mine is because I'm a people pleaser and I want people to like me and not judge me.
Do you think everybody does?
Sometimes, yes.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just really, I think it's more mental. That
Mhm.
that's how it's been the whole time.
So how do
And
you,
I'm really going through stuff right now with my children,
Mhm.
and they have really judged me.
And
So
so that's where it falls on, is then the judgment from one then feels like from all. But do you feel like that's true? Like every single person judges you?
no, I mean, I don't think you guys do.
No.
I mean, I'm here crying and
Girl, I've cried on I don't know how many calls. You're good. But that's what we're here for. We're here to help you with some caulking right now. We're going to fix those cracks. That's just going to be my new saying now.
you need to make those shirts.
I know. Who needs some caulking? I got the gun.
Hey, I got a Cricut. I can make us some t-shirts.
Not right now. Yeah, for sure. Because here's the thing. As a recovering people pleaser, and I've been sober-ish for a while. My biggest thing was I realized that I will always be too much for a lot of people, but I'm not too much for the right people. And I will always never please every single person. But the problem is I kept all of my posts I worried about, my reach outs and everything, and I've talked about it. I made that huge mountain that I literally wrapped around with fear, anxiety, failure, all of that, when I could have just been over here and gave it to God. I made it so heavy. I mean, think of it. If you had a huge rock, this is going to be talking about next week at the kids devotion. How long do you feel like you could carry a rock before it fall, like before your arm literally cannot hold any longer? I mean, it's going to take a while, right? Like, you can hold it up for a good bit. Then you're going to have to brace it and think of that nature. But at some point, you're going to have to let it down. And the thing is that when we let that down, that means that then finally God was able to take control. He's been watching this whole time. If you carry all this weight, he's been waiting for you to just let go and say, honey, I've been trying to take care of this weight for you for so long, but yet you haven't let go yet. You're still trying to find ways to control it. And I'm trying to be your controlling arm, and I'm trying to have you to come down, but you're so worried about everything else that you're still trying to hold on. And that's the hard part of a people pleaser. And once you let go, I promise you, it is the best relief ever, because you're not here to please everybody. And you can't. You seriously, you're going to piss somebody off one day. Promise you. I know I just said that, but you are. You're going to make somebody really, really mad. And is that going to stop you? I sure hope not, because there's still going to be more people along the road on the curb waiting to do the exact same thing. And you're just going to have to literally slap their hands as they go by and be like, you know what? I'm not here for you. I'm here for those people over there that need me and what I have to offer. So you're here for more than just one. You have to believe that, because the more confidence that you have inside of you, and the way to do that is literally God and diving into personal development every single day. And that will build your confidence. That will build your courage. And then people are going to see it. You won't even have to say, oh, guess what? I'm better today. But people are going to see it. And so the more that you build up that confidence and realizing you have so much to offer this world, that you're going to have people knocking at your door going, what kind of pill or whatever you want, girl? Cause I'm ready. I can tell a difference in you, honey. Tell me what you're doing, because they're probably struggling with the same things that you are, with people pleasing and things, or people judging you or things of that nature, that they see that shift in you. They're going to be like, all right, I'm ready. Whatever you got. So don't let Satan giggle any longer. He doesn't get to take your joy. And unfortunately, even our kids don't get to take our joy. You know, we birthed them, right? But there's days they still want to take our joy. And that happened today for mine. I mean, it just happens. But until they see and release and give their hearts to God, we can't do it for them. And that's the hard part, is we want to be the helper in every single situation, but we're not supposed to be. We're just the intercessors. Like we're just the in between to help people feel their best so they can do more for all that they have to offer in this world. So, honey, let's dive into personal development every single day. That's your challenge right now. Every single day, personal development. And open your Bible. Whatever. And some days I literally just open it and I'm like, all right, what scripture do you have for me today? Do that.
Which I do a daily devotional. I have it every day. I started it in New Year's. That was one of my New Year's resolutions, was to have a daily read a daily devotional every day. And I have done that every day. It just, and I mean, if you ask Julia, from where I was to now is a big change. But I still have my valleys that I go in.
Right.
So
because
I'm
they're
just trying
habits, right? Like nail biting. I'm trying so hard not to bite these suckers off, right? It's a habit I had for 20 plus years. But, you know, we just have to get over our valleys in our mind that want to take us back. I mean, it happens. We all have habits that lead us back into our old things, our old ways. But you're doing a great job. And the other thing that I would do is there's an app called I Am. It's an affirmation app. That was the thing that got me through a lot of valleys, because it was random. It would randomly pop up. Yeah, see? Exactly.
It's one I keep on my table, so I see it every day.
Well, download that app on your phone. It's called I Am, because it'll randomly select things for you. And I will tell you, it is God moments. I can't even explain. I remember when we had to put our dog down, and then literally 10 minutes later, I got a notification on I Am, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. I have a picture of it somewhere, but things like that, you know, that it's like God interceding in every detail. So that'll be huge. So personal development, and then download that, and then keep doing your word every single day. And that is how you get over those humps and those valleys and people, you know, thinking all kinds of things about you. That doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't. You're always going to have people say things, no matter what. Like, oh my gosh, Cassie, why would she wear that? Oh, or, oh my, I can't believe she posted that. I'm like, I'm just so over it now. I'm like, peace out. Like, you're just not my people anymore. Like, literally, I've gotten to a point where I don't want those people around anyway. Like, do you want those people around? I keep thinking, like, why would I have my children keep trying to please those kind of people? I would never want my children to keep trying to win those people over. But yet that's what I was doing until about a year or two ago. It's crazy, mind blowing to me, but I didn't see it then. Now I see it. Does that make sense? So it's like just a night and day difference. And I pray for that for you quickly, because once you do, it's like, it's so refreshing and relieving. And Ashley put in here, she's a crier too. I am too, girl. I cried every commercial. All my kids look at me and they're like, oh, mom's crying again. I'm like, yep, I am. It's fine. God gave us amazing hearts. And that's why we have good hearts. That's why we cry. So I cannot wait to see you.
Tell you too.
Go ahead.
I know Cassie said it before, but I love Eric Thomas. He's probably one of my favorites to listen to. So if you have like Pandora, Spotify, whatever. If you just type him in, all of his stuff will just come up. They're not very long. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but he is amazing because he went through a really, really crappy life, and where he's at now is insane. But he'll just mentally build you up every time you listen to him.
Oh yeah, he does. He's in your face in a good way. Really good way. Okay, you're going to add more than one. I believe it, and I want you to believe it. Okay? We're proud of you. All right, who else? What vision do you have for this month? We got a few more minutes. What is your vision this month? Ashley or Hannah? Ashley
Hannah, you can go.
or Hannah? I think that's Ashley's turn. I think Ashley, it's your turn. I think it's yours now.
Okay.
You got the mic. Go for it, girl.
Well, my thing is senior silver. I am determined to make senior silver this month. I'm already like, I'm closer to what I've ever been, and it's like still the first of the month, so I'm super excited. But vision. I'm going to get off track here. It's just, yeah, it's just senior silver, and to continue reaching out. Like my reach outs, I feel have gotten a lot bolder, and I'm a recovering people pleaser as well. So the personal growth is just amazing. Just stick with us, Rebecca. You'll get there. So, but I don't know. I guess you might have to ask me questions because I'm just rattling right now.
You're okay. Can I see your face instead of your beautiful profile by chance?
Oh, my profile is much more beautiful today.
Honey, I just got a shower. I'm surprised I have a bra on. Let's just be honest.
Well,
You look
here we go.
fine.
I don't even
Oh,
want to see my
stop
face.
it. We are
So,
our
still the
worst.
same shirt from yesterday.
We are our worst critics, you guys.
So, okay. So, what else
I'm
do I need to
listening.
explain?
You're a recovering people pleaser, and your posts and your reach outs are getting bolder. So tell me more.
Well, I reached out to one that, like, when people are on my heart, I'm just starting to just do it. You know, just take that initiative and do it, which was so hard for me. And I reached out to one, and she didn't answer. And then it was like 2 days later, she finally did. And she wanted to sign up her and her husband, which I was so excited about. Like, she was wanting the coupon. I was going to give them some codes for both of them signing up. And so I did all that. And then she was like, well, I got a nutritionalist appointment at the end of the month I want to talk to them about. And I was like,
But did you tackle
frustrated.
the objection?
I told her that I can send her any information she wants. I don't guess tackle the objection. I'm still growing in that area.
That's okay.
But I'm like, I can send you any information you want. If you need to talk to her about it, have any print offs or whatever.
What
But
was she wanting the products for?
She said gut health and energy.
So I would use the feel, felt, found with her. Like, oh man, like I understand. You know, my friend Cassie did a nutritionalist, but what she found was supplements were the one thing that was going to really not cure, help a lot of her endometriosis, and would actually, what's the word? Where it actually to where she hasn't been suffering for 7.5 years. She did all the diets, all the food, hired the nutritionalist, but what she found was supplements is what her missing piece was. Would you be open to me maybe having you chat with her for a few minutes?
Okay.
Something to that nature, because here's the thing, food alone is not going to help her. And if she's wanting gut health, food is not going to be helping her.
It's
like
help her.
So you have to tackle that objection.
Okay. Is it too late to do that? This was a couple days ago.
No, never too late. Be like, you know what? You came back to my mind, and I realized my friend Cassie, you know, her story came to my heart, and I had to let you know that you know, I remember her telling me that she did the exact same thing. She did all of the diets. She had stage 4 endometriosis. And what she found was food alone and working out and doing CrossFit for over 5 years was not enough for her either. Would you be open to, you know, doing a quick, hearing her story?
Okay.
Never too late. Nothing is never too late. She hasn't told you no until she's like, girl, stop talking to me. That's when it's a
I-
no. Or when
like
she
the easy
blocks you.
step.
That's when Christina's like, it ain't over if she's not my friend anymore. Or when she blocks me, that's when it's over. And I was like, oh, dang. But just do that. Like, just start the conversation first to get the door open. You know, because the thing is when objections like that come, sometimes we don't know what to say, or we're like, oh, okay, close. Okay, great. Let me know when you're ready. Because that's a quick out. It's a lot
Mhm.
harder to dig deeper, right?
Mhm.
And so once we dig deeper, that's where we can then help that person have longer lasting success. And don't get me wrong, I mean, she might find some success with eating better. I mean, heck yeah, if she's eating McDonald's every day, then she needs a nutritionalist. She's got to work on this, you know, and what her food intake is. But food alone is not going to help the gut. So
Mhm.
that's what I would do. So I would message her and just say, you know, Cassie's story came to my heart. And it made me think of you. I know that she did a lot of the same things. She did the nutritionalist, she did everything, and it did not help her energy or her gut issues, her endometriosis, stage 4, none of that. And I was wondering if you'd be open to having a conversation with her and just see what
Okay.
helped her, see what helped her.
Yeah.
So
I'll go back and watch this recording so I can write all that down.
yes, please do. That's why I'm really glad I hit record, because you just never know what comes out of this, because I can't remember. So okay. And you're going on the cruise? I mean, did I hear you say that? I just want to make sure.
Well, you did not hear me say that, but I'm at that point this time. So yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure, because if you hit senior silver, because have you hit senior silver before?
No.
Well, I mean, honey,
Probably get the rank up credit.
yeah, you get triple rank up credits for that sucker. Then if you help one of your people go silver, you get triple rank up, you know, you just there's on the business page
Yeah.
I posted as a brand new person how they would go and get the cruise. So go look at that and you can
I
calculate
saw
that. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, so what I did is I wrote down people in here. Oh, we lost her. I had a feeling she was frozen. She'll be back. But you guys, like I had to write down, I have to see, oh wait, I have to see people. And so I had to write down everybody, what those points would be and where they're going to hit. Like, I'm like, oh, I know she'll hit this. Oh, I know she'll hit this. Okay, I'm going to help her go silver. I'm going to help this person go senior silver. She's one away. Like stuff like that. So like you have to have a vision and you have to map out your vision, or it is not clear and you'll be in the mud until the end of the month. And then you're wondering why you didn't hit those ranks or hit those goals. And it's because your vision wasn't clear enough. You didn't map it out. You have to map out your goals. There you are, Ashley.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. It just
Oh,
was gone.
you're fine. So just start mapping that out, who you can help go silver now, or even senior silver with you. Like really, really dive in and ask for some business people. Like, hey, you know, you came to my mind. I think you're an incredible people pleaser, Lordy, people connector. And we don't need more of those. I'm just kidding. And I think that you're a great people connector and you love people well and blah, blah, blah. Would you ever be open to hearing more about what I do? I think that you would be incredible at it. Like that's what we need to do more of is business reach outs, because you're not going to go a business without business reach outs. And the thing is, when you have somebody say, sure, tell me more, that's where I feel like we get it stuck in every single, like, what would you do then? If somebody was interested in the business, what would be,
I definitely get that.
what would you do?
I don't know. I feel like the right answer, that's what I would do, but I feel like the right answer would be to send them a documentary. But I feel like I would probably puke plexus on them first before I go there.
Because you're like, oh my gosh, she took the candy. Now what do I do? Oh, yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. You just breathe and you get a brown paper bag and you take a breath and you calm down and then you realize, okay, the first step, yeah, do a diamond documentary if you want to, but if she's interested in the business, say, wow, you know what's incredible is all you need is 3 friends alongside of you. And you know the income this month with 3 friends that purchase the exact same packwork system that we're talking about right now, you would earn over $300. What if we start there? You know, and then we'll just go from there. And that's where I think that we build it up way too much. Like Genevieve
Mm,
said, most
yes.
people are happy with $250. So we don't want to be telling people, well, you can make thousands and thousands, because then if they're not making that, then they're really ticked off at you. So just
Yeah.
start with 3 people like, wow, okay, great. I'm excited for you. You know, what's really cool is our system is so simple that even with 3 of your friends in your family right now, buying the exact same system that you're about to, you would earn over $300. And I'll be able to help you all along the way. Is that something that you would like to just see how that goes and we can go from there?
Okay. I like that simplified version.
Yeah. And then you do a diamond documentary maybe later. And then, you know, when she gets her 3, like, oh my gosh, now, can you believe if you actually added, I can't do the math right now, but you have the little graphic, you actually added like 5 more. And that just does, it doesn't have to be you. Maybe your mom might have friends that want to do this with her. Okay, 6. It was close. It was close. Then, you know, that would be like 12. I can't do the math. Anyway, how much, Shara? 1,100 something. I can't remember. Anyway, just look at the graph. And then you're like, that would just be that much more. Would you be open to trying that out? I mean, I'm happy to help you. I mean, she's like, do I do the same thing I did with my 3? Yeah, it's that simple. You use your referral link, have those people just use your referral link, and we figure out what system they need. Put me in a 3-way, you know, put me in a 3-way, because of course you're not going to know a lot of the things yet. And we want to make sure that they get the right products that they need. And then you just go from there. So anybody that has questions, you put me in a 3-way and I'm happy to help. We don't utilize 3-ways enough, you guys. We've got to get on that. And the other thing is we have a potential event every single week. And some of y'all, I mean, Julia's been doing them, I feel like every night, and several people are offering potential events. Pop people into those. This is where they build belief. We have to build belief. It's third-party validation. You also have Why Plexus, Why Now? They're still doing those, but you also have recorded calls that you can send them to help build their belief. It doesn't have to be one that they have to wait a week for or whatever. So, but every single Thursday, we have potential either Zoom or Messenger event, or there's real people, real stories, or real income, real impact. Like there's stuff all the time. So,
Can I comment on something in the comments?
oh yeah.
So don't be afraid to puke plexus on people, because I'll tell you right now, I did it and everybody else that's been in it has done it. You have to fail first to succeed. So you don't know that it's too much until you've done it, and then you're like, oh, next time I won't do that. So don't be afraid to. It's gonna happen. You get excited. So don't be afraid.
Don't. And then the other thing is you can go back and be like, oh man, can I go back and can I just say I'm sorry? I was just new at all of this. And I obviously can see that, whoa, homie was like a little excited. And can we start all over? Exactly what to say. That book, every single person, you all should have that as like your second Bible to this business. Exactly what to say. Yes, Sam, do you have it? It's so perfect. Like I open it up all the time when I feel stuck, even my own words. And I look back at when the cruise was in 2018, you guys, and I was like blasting plexus. And even in 2018, that wasn't that long ago, I still was doing it. And I look back at those messages and I'm like, oh, but the guy, I think his name is Phil, right? Phil, exactly what to say. I asked him that question. I was like, what if you messed up? What do you do? And you say, you call it out. And you're like, oh man, I totally messed up. Like, obviously, can we try again? Would you give me a second chance? Like, you just call it out. You let them know how bad you fell, and then you try again. You will fail. That's the thing. You will fail. All of us are going to fail. We all have to skin our knees before we learn how to ride the bike. So, and don't worry about the algorithm. If I can still get people on my with my algorithm that I've been doing for 7+ years, you're fine.
Something
Yeah,
that's
in
made a
my
huge difference to me. Sorry, Shara. Okay, something that's made a huge difference to me is that Go for No book that Jessica Heffley was doing. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Like it's totally changed the way I see things.
I had to do that when I first started. And I don't know where it's at. We also had to do this when I first started. It's another goodie. It's an oldie, obviously, but it's a goodie. The Go for No, powerful. And here's the thing, who knew you getting into Plexus, you'd be reading books? I hate books, but man, here I am reading books and loving it. Like, who am I? So
Cassie actually had to talk me into downloading Audible and getting into them because I was like, absolutely not. I am not reading a book. I don't have time for a book. I just can't do it. She actually
And
had
she
to talk
said
me
it-
into doing it.
yeah, she said it just like that. She's like, no, I'm not doing it. And I'm like, tell me more. Why? So you have to tackle the objections. Because here's the thing, she would have always kept hitting her lid in her business if she wasn't going to try to do the things she didn't want to, right? That's like John Maxwell at convention. He's like, people keep trying and they keep trying to get back up, but yet they don't want to go past this. And it could just be reading a book or whatever it is. So,
And I was going to read the Go for No a little later because that's not until next week, and I wanted to be caught up with this. But no, Ashley's like, "Oh my gosh, you should da 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 da." So I went and listened, and then I finished the whole book. It is that good.
and this is why when it's that good, I get the printed version because then I can go back and highlight because I'm a visual. I have to see it. So that's why
I'll have to. It's that good that I'll have to.
Look at this, even the front of this. As much as 77% of what you tell yourself may be working against you. External solutions are temporary. This is an oldie. Like literally when I first started, this is the first book I did. So the Go for No is
Richard
yeah, it's different.
Futon, something like that. I'd have to go look.
I'm looking. It is Richard Fenton. Fenton. And it looks like a black dark shadow with this the ugliest cover ever. Black dark shadow with bright red and yellow. Like, there you go.
And it's short. I think it's only like an hour long on Audible.
Oh, see, that's nice. See, the self-aware leader is only 3. So it's another short one too. Those short ones are really good. I will download that Audible because the other one that I'm thinking of is Eric something did another Go for No book. And I don't think that this is the same one. So I might have to read this one. Okay, I'm gonna look at Hannah's really quick. Hannah, can you chat now?
While she's Well, I was gonna say while she is typing, I was gonna give a suggestion for Rebecca to go listen to Christina Williams. She is huge with pretty much like you said before, you know, if they haven't unfriended you, they already gave you permission to message them. And she has opened my eyes a lot to that because that's how I used to be. And then reading this book, like my goals, I'm setting my goals different because of this book too.
Hey, Cassie, I was going to ask you, Eric Thomas has a new book out called You vs. You. Do you think that one would be a good one to, I mean, he's wonderful, but.
You know what? Guess what? I won't know until you read it.
Okay.
You go for it, girl. Because then you can tell us and then we lead a book study on it or whatever. Because I really think that I want to do You're the Girl for the Job at some point because that book is, I mean, I'm doing it at the prayer retreat, but it is a powerful book. And so we will be doing that because it is in everything. It's business, life, everything. Because if you can't get past that you are the girl for the job, then you're never going to be the girl for anything you do. And so
Right.
it's a good book. Okay, so Hannah can talk or can't? Maybe.
Yes, no.
Yay. Okay, listening.
Well, I typed it up, so I don't know if you saw it, but because I keep getting kicked off the internet. But adding at least 6 level 1s, always a good goal, right? And then
Mhm.
helping at least half of those, so 3 go silver. And I put at the end, which would go with more this part, obviously sharing with them the opportunity that they can literally earn the cruise. The triple credits is incredible, but still can earn the cruise. And then helping anyone on my team that needs to re-rank, that wants to re-rank, and anyone on my team that wants to earn the cruise. I don't care what level they are. I'm gonna help them if they have questions or whatever, or help spark some interest in that, hopefully.
I love it. Okay, so how are we helping those people go silver?
Like, I get the people.
Well, right, but we're just going to say you already have them.
Well, I'm going like we talked about last month, going back to old school. Okay, now the first thing is, I'm going to set you up an event. All you have to do is invite people. We're going to share with people a little bit. I'll do better wording when I'm not scattered after
fine.
that. But anyway, you know the wording. You've
Uh-huh.
tagged us in it. It's good. But yeah, the events, and then essentially events.
Oh yeah. Events are where it's at, you guys. That's one thing that we don't do enough of. And think of it like a Pampered Chef event. You're literally, if I'm like, okay, Ashley, I'm so excited for you now, the next thing that I get to do for you as an event. And all this is you bring your friends and your family. It's very just informational about gut health. And I get to share my story. Does Thursday night at 9 p.m. work for you? And
That's it.
yeah,
That's
and
it.
then
See how easy that is? She didn't put them on the spot about, can I do an event for you? It's just, here's the next thing. It's normal.
and
All
normal.
they gotta do is save that time of work for them that night and time, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say something else. Oh, what are your thoughts on this, Cassie? Because you've got to watch a little bit more of the algorithm stuff. Is it still a good idea? Because if it is, I need to go back to doing this also. This is where I can absolutely improve as well, is like asking people to do a shout out or like whatever when they order. Obviously a first post, right? And then they can tag me in it. And then the other thing is making sure that they know I'm available for three-way message, because it's to me, like when people ask me questions, I felt like I had to 100% know the answers, and I didn't have the answers. I still don't always have the answers, but I put that pressure to know the answers, and like that would just kind of hold me back. So making sure they know that the three-way is absolutely available, and the way I do that is oh goodness, seriously guys, I probably shouldn't have unmuted.
Stop. You're fine.
So for me, if I'm struggling with, this is an example for me, so you can twist it to help your people, right? So if I'm struggling, someone has a question and I'm not quite sure about it, what I will say is, hey, let me put you in a three-way message with my friend Cassie. She's been doing this longer than me. Super simple, not can I, it's let me, and then I go ahead and put her in the message, and we go ahead and talk that way if I can't quite get over it. So I let my team know, hey, all you have to do if someone asks you a question and they don't know, just say, hey, let me put you in a three-way message with my friend Hannah. She's been doing this longer than me, and I'm sure she can help you out. Take all the pressure off them the most that I can.
Yep. Agree. Again, that's what I was saying. We don't do three ways enough. Three ways are huge for third party validation. All that means is they're hearing it from somebody else than you. think of it. How many times people are like, oh my gosh, you should go buy these shoes, or you should go buy this, mascara. It's so good. You're like, I mean, Hannah told me. And then you hear it from like Shara. You're like, dang, okay, there must be something up with this mascara. And then all of a sudden Sam is telling you too. And you're like, all right, fine. I'll go buy the freaking mascara. One person is not enough. Sometimes you have to have more people sharing the same things. And that's why third party validation, that is a video. Like here, I just saw this video on Vital Biome. It made me think of you. I know you told me you struggled with anxiety and depression and things of that nature. And I wanted you to take a look at this. Would you be open to, it's only 2 to 3 minutes for watching this video. And then I can check back in with you and see what your favorite takeaways were. Like those videos or somebody's testimony or things like that. I always ask before I give, because we don't want to be that person where we're constantly throwing stuff at people without getting permission. Now, there's some occasions where I might, if I know the person well enough, I might go ahead and be like, okay, girl, I had to send this to you. Forgive me for go ahead and sending it to you, but you have been on my heart and you have to hear the story. I cannot wait to hear your takeaways. When you're enthusiastic and things like that, that's different. But I always ask first. Hannah, what were you going to say?
Oh, just talking about the 3-way message. It might be that you say exactly what I say, but just hearing it from somebody different. It may not be anything new. It may not, just hearing it a different way. It's like that in school too. Like some teachers could teach the same thing, but it just clicks with the way someone else maybe said that, it might be the same information, just delivered a little differently. And like, they're like, aha, but like you said, the validation. And it's also like, it just may be click with them too.
Yeah, think of it. How many times you probably heard any of us say the same thing, but then you hear Christina Williams or Eric Thomas or them say the exact same thing, and then it clicks. It's like you just have to hear it again from somebody else. So, okay. Well, I like all these visions. We are way over time, but I have had an incredible evening. I hope you guys gained a lot of insight, and you know where you're going. You know where you're rowing, and you know what boat you are in front of, because you have to row. You have to get moving before the end of the month, because it's already the 11th. That's not a bad thing. It's just the 11th. So what are we going to be doing now to move forward, to get moving, to get like rowing quicker? Sherry, you going to say something?
I was gonna let you finish.
Oh, well, I was like,
I was just
maybe
gonna
she had
say,
something to- go
we're
ahead.
I was just gonna say, those little boats that usually go right alongside those big ships? So we're all gonna row the small ship to the big ship so we can all go on the big ship together.
That's a good visual. We all need to print our ship and post our bobblehead on it. All of us. We need to do that. So row together.
I'm going to put that on my Facebook page and people will be like, what are you posting? I'm going to put it on there.
You should. And that'll start good conversation, and it'll help the algorithm, because the algorithm is going to be like, whoa, what's going on with this? It'll be funny. So yeah, be super clear, invite. If you're not reaching out about Plexus, that is why your Plexus business is not growing. I mean, I made the analogy the other day of like, could you imagine if Jesus, when he was out with his disciples and stuff, if he never ever mentioned God, what would be happening? If he never talked, he just went on and just kept walking. It's kind of the same. And I mean, it's the best analogy I could come up with, like, because he's such a powerful example that we need to follow. If we aren't helping people feel their best and not getting the word out, nobody's going to feel better. And so meeting people, date people, have a coffee date tomorrow, have a play date, do a walking date, date people, and set those times, as many as you can this week, next week, before the end of the month, and get as many people to events as much as possible. There's several this month. We have them every Thursday, but again, always send people testimonies or whatever if you need to, or have them watch an old opportunity event that we've done in the past. On the Faithinator page at the top, it says the Daddy of all events. It's pinned to the top. Just scroll over and it says the Daddy of all events. At the bottom, you're going to see all kinds of videos I have posted that I've never wanted to lose, are all in the comments. And so some of those opportunity events are in there, and be like, hey, you know, I really believe that this is going to be powerful for you. Would you watch this for about 10 minutes and give me your feedback? You know, do things of that nature. So that's how you grow. And that's what you do. So if somebody's interested in the business, what do you do? First thing. We talked about this, you guys. Come on now.
Don't puke.
Well, that's, yes, one. That's definitely don't puke.
We will bring up that if they bring 3 friends with them, how easy it is to bring 3 friends with them to order the same pack that they're going to order, and they could receive $300. So I just kind of did this earlier, actually, but I was fixing to leave work, so I actually sent a video first. I didn't go that way, but I'm like, I'm leaving work. I've got to go to cheer practice. After cheer practice, I'll follow up with you, but here's you a video in the meantime, and get all your questions, and I'll whatever. So, but that was good to hear you say that, because I was like, oh man, I sent the video first.
That's okay. That is okay. And you know what? Maybe that person needed the video first, but then simplify it now and say, okay, I'm so glad I was able to catch back up with you. I can't wait to hear your takeaways, but if you haven't watched it, that's okay. But the cool thing is, the easiest thing is, it's like an Amazon link. Think of Prime Days and how crazy it is right now. That's what this is people get to go to your referral link. And if you bring 3 friends and family alongside of you that got the same system as you, or a custom one that they need for their health and their goals, you earn $300. How does that sound? And then we go from there. So work on that. You guys can totally do that. Keep it simple. If you need questions, reach out to any of us or your sponsor, and hopefully they'll know that system, and just plug people away. 3 and 3 ways, and third-party validation. So like 333. Okay. We got this, guys. All right. Well, I love you guys. Keep.
Which equals 9.
What?
3 ways, 3 messages, you equal 9.
9's my favorite number, you guys. So there you go. 333. Good, Shara. I like it. Yes, very good. Okay. Well, go get your 9s. Get your 9s done. And let's crush this month. Okay? All right, ladies. I will see you later. Bye.